So you're ready to retire. You've got your pension in place. You've got your retirement IRAs. You even have your house paid off. And yet someone says to you, you need to get a HECM to help your grandkids. What's that all about? Well, today on Inside Secrets, we're going to talk about just that today and how you can do something tax-free to help your grandkids. Welcome, I'm Kenneth Benessi with KeyToVegasHome.com, powered by eXp Realty right here in Las Vegas, Nevada, and the author of this second book, Inside Secrets 2, What I Wish My Agent Would Have Told Me About Reverse Mortgages at Retirement. Each week we try to bring on an expert guest and talk about reverse mortgages in real estate. And the reason why we decided to do this and put this podcast together, Inside Secrets 2, is because there's a lot of misinformation, lack of information, and most importantly, there are people not understanding the tax benefit and advantages of a reverse mortgage. So today's guest, Doug Castino with Barrett Financials, we're going to break it down for you so that you can understand a tax advantage for your reverse mortgage. Doug, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Kenneth. Good to be with you again.
Yes, this is your second time. And the reason we wanted Doug to come back is Doug has moved on to another mortgage company. So we wanted to make sure we promoted Doug. He is someone in the space that understands reverse mortgages. And we want to make sure that everybody gets his new contact information, which we will provide in the links below, and how they can reach out to you. So Doug, tell us a little bit about the change you made in Barrett Financial.
Thanks, Kenneth. A lot of people ask me that. They go, wait, you went from one mortgage company to another. Not quite that simple. I was with a direct lender, and I think a lot of people are familiar with direct lenders. It sounds like a great thing. Hey, we're a direct lender. But what I found after being in that industry for a little over 12 months was the fact that direct lenders are just that. They have their own source of funds, which are great, but they're very lineal. They want the borrower to use their source of funds. So what I decided to do was to try and find a true brokerage firm to where they're not concerned about where the funds are coming from, just finding the best deal. Right? That makes sense, because even direct lenders, they have a brokerage side, which they're proud of course, but they don't have the depth or breadth of product. Whereas a complete brokerage firm has a very wide and deep product mix. So it allows me to get better rates, better terms, cheaper out-of-pocket costs for the borrower. Simple as that. And in these times, everybody's looking for that.
There you go. It's a win-win. So Doug, great. Doug, I opened the show talking about a couple that really, from the appearance on surface, they don't need a reverse mortgage. They've got their house paid off. They literally have their Social Security, their pension, their IRAs. Everything is funding their retirement, yet a HECM, and let's explain what a HECM is, might be something that's best for them and their situation. So let's talk about that a little bit. So first, what is a HECM, Doug?
Well, HECM is an FHA loan. It's actually federally approved by the Federal Housing Authority. And it's a way for a borrower to have access to money. It's a simple loan. Just as anybody would buy a home, you can actually refinance using an FHA HECM-based loan, which in simple terms, we call reverse mortgage.
Yep. So HECM stands for Home Equity Conversion Mortgage. So you're converting that equity into liquidity. And so in the scenario with those that retired couple, why would they use a HECM?
Well, it's pretty simple, at least from my view, but I found that people struggle with it a little bit because they don't really see the full picture. Right. People know what reverse mortgage is, but they think that somebody's just the bank's taking their home when they pass away. Not necessarily the case. That's a whole other subject. However, on access to equity, there's a lot of people in the space that, 62 or older, because you got to be 62, own their home outright, or they owe very little money on it. Right. And when that's the case, people can actually access the cash in their home by refinancing it with a reverse mortgage. And they can pull a tremendous amount of money out of their home, up to about 50% of the value. And when they get that money in their hands, they can actually gift that to family members if they wish, tax-free to the family member.
Wow. And that is, people don't realize that this is your money. So the question always comes up, why is it tax-free? So address that, and then we'll talk about how this couple is actually gifting it to help their grandchildren get in the real estate space. So why is it tax-free again?
Well, the government recognizes it's your equity, it's your money. You've already paid the taxes on it. So it's yours to do what you want with. And that could be just lifestyle. Maybe you want to take more trips as your sunset begins to set. It could be as simple as that. But the big thing right now is home prices have gone up again in the last few years. It takes more money for people to be able to buy a house. And as a grandparent, you now have an opportunity to tax-free gift money to your kids. It could be one child, could be two childs, could be more than one. It doesn't matter. But if you can gift them the money, they can now enter the real estate market and have that peace of mind and security of owning their own home to where they might not have been able to do it before.
And that's huge. I mean, so many times when we talk about retirement and your legacy and the fact that, you put a will and a trust together and you're going to make sure that your grandkids are taken care of. This is an opportunity to help them while you're still alive. Why not give them the ability to, as you're alive still, and have the wisdom and insights to help them do just that? Get into the real estate market. Why wait till you pass on? You're not going to be passing on any of your wisdom, might be some of your money, but this gives you an opportunity to enjoy with them those homes. I mean, so say we got a couple, they take a couple $100,000 and they got two kids. Those two kids gifted $100,000 each to start their home purchasing journey. That's huge. I mean, that would be, just think about what that would do for you starting off in the real estate business as a young person or as a young family, and how that could affect you, especially as a down payment. With that being said, Doug, how would that benefit right now in today's market, with today's interest rates, somebody going into purchasing a home with $100,000 down?
That is a beautiful number, and I'll tell you why. A starter home today here, at least in the Las Vegas Henderson region, so it's about 400 grand.
Right.
100,000 is going to give them a 20% down payment, which is big because that's going to save their monthly. They'll get the best of interest rates. They won't have any mortgage insurance attached to the loan. So their actual monthly payment is going to be far less than it would have been if they tried to buy one on their own.
Yeah.
Because if they tried to do it on their own, they're probably going to be able to put 3 or 5% down. They're going to pay mortgage insurance, and then they're going to be up to here. And we all remember that. I remember my first home. I was up to here. And my dad helped me with my first home, which I totally appreciate, because he actually made it so I could actually breathe. I'll never forget that, and I owe him a tremendous amount of gratitude.
Yeah. And, I just helped a client get into a home, a first-time home buyer, and the grandparents gifted this first-time home buyer $10,000. And the reason why is, again, we're triggering taxes when we start gifting things. So here's an opportunity. Again, this is your money. The bank is not on title. The bank is paying you for the equity, and you have access to that equity to turn in liquidity and help your grandkids. That's tax-free money. If you just had one grandkid and gifted them $200,000, think about the way that you're changing your grandkids' life and your legacy. That's huge.
I was just thinking that it's the legacy, because not only does it help your grandchild, but it's going to help their children and their children's children. It's touching.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're starting a family legacy, helping them build out their portfolio, the real estate portfolio. In your lifetime, we know on average, United States, the average consumer moves every 4 years, 7 months. Is that right? That's 4 years, 7 months, almost 5 years.
Yeah,
so, right. Helping them at the very start and then helping them build out their real estate portfolio, that's huge to give. And you don't have to wait till you die. You could do it now.
Well, does it get any better to watch your children blossom and flourish?
Yes.
It really doesn't. It
Yeah.
doesn't.
I know. So I want to encourage people to think in terms of outside the box. I mean, we have been so programmed that you buy a house, you fund your retirement, and then you save. And then when it's time to retire, you end up tapping your investments or your retirement. Why not use that equity and turn it into liquidity, help yourself or help your grandchildren? That's huge. Doug, thank you for being back on the show again. I know that people will want to reach out to you and talk to you about this. I know we were talking off air. You're helping someone go through a reverse mortgage right now, so you have experience with this. And I want them to reach out to you. So I'm going to put your links in there. Doug, thank you for being on the show, and thanks for just shining a light on something that so many people just are not aware of. So thank you, Doug, for being on the show again.
You're welcome, Kenneth. Thanks for having me.
You bet. And
All
if
right.
you'd like to get a copy of this book, Inside Secrets, it's all about reverse mortgages, how you can use your equity and turn it into liquidity, how you can gift it tax-free, all the things that you can do with the reverse mortgage. I've broken it down in here for you so that you can help the next generation and leave a legacy. All you have to do is go to keytovegashome.com under the homeowner tab. You can download it right now or put your home address in there, and I'll send you a hard copy for free. Doug, thank you so much for being on the show. We'll see you again. And just remember, go to keytovegashome.com under the homeowner tag. Grab your book today. Doug, thank you.
You're welcome, Kenneth. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.